full, so I'm gonna pour some back in here. If I was in a sterile situation, I would pour that in the sink, you know, especially if I'd gotten something else on it. I don't even think it needs to be added to yet. Okay, not sticky, sticky. This is cut off with a knife, so I'm gonna invert it straight, and I'm gonna turn it. Okay, now I've got the sticky part on where it goes. Straight and turn it. So now the sticky part is gonna go on here. It's a little trick, you don't have to do it, but it helps. I can feel that this wax is totally soft all the way through. Now, if your lab does this for you, you're not gonna be able to feel that. If they put this wax on your base plates, you won't know what you've got, and I don't like that. Because if they have a little bit of resistance when they're biting down, especially on the lower, if there's a core of cool wax in there, it'll stop their occlusion, and sometimes they'll just play with that, like they might even stay open when you're trying to get your vertical down. Can I have that torch, please? So when I'm doing this on the models, this is how long this takes. It's getting a little cool, so I'm gonna add a little bit more hot water to it, just to top it off. Okay, this is how I burn my fingers. On the model, you always do this on the model because you can distort things if you don't. I'm gonna push this down straight all the way around, and I get a good seal all the way around the base plate, okay? Cut it off with my handy dandy alginate spatula. You get this one made, you put it back in the hot water so it stays hot, okay? If you leave it on the tabletop, it's not gonna work as well. So this is two. Who's going to use that one? Took our lives in our own hands. So you can pinch this up as high as you want. If you got somebody really big and tall, you can leave it short. I'm going to leave it about right there for this person.
Do you ever have to add any more height to that wax? Or is that usually one thickness?
Very rarely do I need to add to it.
Okay.
Usually I can pinch it up high enough to get to it. If it gets real thin and I'm not getting the right marks that I want, but I'm in the right area, because I'll bend it to where it's definitely touching the upper all the way around. I'll take it, I'll put it in the cold water, chill the whole thing, and then just heat the top surface and redefine my marks. Okay. So here's my patient, and I walk over and I put my finger on their incisive papilla, and I say, smile real big, as big as you can. The lip will come way up here, and if it's a big guy and I want him to show a lot of tooth, that's how much wax I need, okay? If it's a big guy and he gets to right here, or say a little lady, and she's right here, and I don't want to show very much tooth, that's how much wax I need. If I see the papilla when they smile, you know, I know that I'm gonna need however much tooth length I want. If I want a big tooth or a little tooth, that's how much wax I'm gonna need in the front of this thing. Okay, simple. So I've done that, I come over here and I go, looks like I'm gonna need more wax than that. So I'm gonna pinch this up a little bit, and I'm gonna square it off. Okay, sometimes if it lips up, you can just push it down there. I'm gonna go try that in. Okay. All right, it's long on this side over here. All right, cool, no problem. So I squeeze that side down, I go back to the patient's mouth, try that in. Oh, it's a little too short now, so I squeeze that back up, and I come back over here, square it off, and go try it in. I think the whole thing's a little too long, so I put it on the tabletop, squeeze it down, go try it in.
So no more using two flat wood sticks to kind of line things up and everything, right?
And the other thing that I really like about this is that this is pretty wide
like
here.
that.
So because it's wide, I can see where the angle is. It's not like you're dealing with something thin, especially in the anterior. When they put the wax on here from the lab, usually the front is just real thin up there. So there's no squareness to see. I mean, you can all see the plane of this, you know? And I mean, here, I can still adjust it. It's still warm enough to adjust it. You know, I can still do what I want to do. If I want to add some lip support to it because I'm stupid and I'm not thinking that I can do it all in my lab script, all I have to do is push this back. And now I've added some lip support. Or I can pull it forward if the lip support's getting in the way and it's not staying like it's supposed to. I pull it forward and I just kind of push this back like that, there. So, and now I'm squared off again. You know, this was an hour. If you had to make that many changes when you were in lab doing it with the roll-up base plate wax, I mean, that was a half hour. You might be faster than me. So I would soak it. I'd just run it under regular tap water and let it get good and cool. This is still warm enough to take a bite with it. It's getting a little cool. Yeah, better add a little bit to it. Getting a little cool, but it's just a balance, you know. And you're talking about 10 minutes, folks. You know, 10 minutes, and you're gonna be out of your comfort zone for a while till you get the hang of this. Okay, so from that, I'm gonna use my barn building alginate spatula and cut some indexes in here. Non-parallel indices. And they need to be non-parallel too. If they're parallel straight across here, patient can move side to side and you can still pick up some inaccuracies that you won't see. But if they're not parallel like this, there's no way to miss a mess up. Oh, I got it on the wrong side. Okay, so now here's my patient. Looks good. Allotragus, pupillary line, incisal length, everything's good. Yes, ma'am. Now look, this wax is really soft. You'll really, look how soft that is. You'll mess it up if you bite too hard. I mean, and I say that 100 times if I'm doing 100 bites. Don't mess my wax up. Okay, now close real easy for me. Real easy. Okay, close a little bit more. Good, very good. It's a little light back here. This side's good, but I'm gonna squeeze that up a little bit. Say, you're doing really good. Close again for me. Good, real
When
easy.
you do that intraorally, you go back and
Intraoral.
squeeze that up. You don't take it out
Correct.
to try to adjust it.
Correct.
Okay, okay.
I mean, if it's getting cool, I'll take it out
To
and
heat
put
it
it
up a
back
little
and
more.
heat
Okay,
up, right. Okay, now say Mississippi. Okay, now close it a little bit more, squeeze a little. Good, you're doing great. Squeeze a little more. All right, Mississippi. All right, come on, let's squeeze a little bit more. Good. Open, close, open, close. And this is what you get. I mean, this is, it just fills up those voids in the indexes. And it's simple. And it works.
Do you ever
These-
glue them together before?
I don't. I rarely ever do anything. I think the one thing I would do, if I was a little unsure about this, I would probably take this. I think I showed that in the lecture. Let me make sure this is right. Yep, that's right. I would take this, heat that up. No way to hold that on. Nope. Just heat that up a little bit. You don't even really need to heat it. And I just make some little lines like that on the side. Just hold it still, make some little lines. And that's just an exterior guide on top of what you have. And but it's not necessary unless it's a questionable case, unless you got something that's going wrong. Now, if they would occlude in a couple of different places, let me just show you what that looks like. I'll just flame this instead of, I don't know why it's doing that. I don't flame this because it'll run usually. And if it runs, I don't like that. If I have to do this, I like to put it in just really hot water and just do the surface of it. But if they would bite in two different places, so they occlude here, and then they're gonna move over to the side and occlude there, you're gonna see weird looking marks. You know, this isn't what you just saw. What you just saw, it was really clear and
concise, yeah.
and concise. Now you got these weird little smash marks here in kind of double lines. See how this has a line and it comes up? This is double. You can read that pretty well, okay? What I don't like is right here, I don't really see a mark at all. So I would pinch that side up. I wouldn't change the whole thing. I would just pinch that side up and have them bite down again if I saw that, and now I've got a really good mark there, okay? So if I saw those crazy marks, I would redo it again in hot water other than the flaming crazy torch. And I'd just have them bite down in it again until I got good marks again. So I've just retaken a bite.
That's awesome.
You know, this is how I get done with this crap in 5 minutes.